Hi Flosstube, it's Mel from Mel of Hope Stitches. Today is Sunday, September 12th, 2021. It is wonderful to see you guys again. It's been a few weeks. I've accomplished a little bit and met one of my goals. I wanted to say thank you for your words of encouragement, and to everyone that took the time to watch my first Flosstube, and for those of you that joined my channel, thank you so very much. My goal here is to give back to the community and to just spread some love and cheer. I think we all need that right now, and also to keep myself on track with growing in my craft. So thank you for taking the time to be here. So as I said, I met one of my goals. I actually did some full finishes. So this one here is Hey Pumpkin from the Stitch Quarterly. Let me see if I can get my angles with the camera there. Okay, and this one I did, I covered it with some sticky board, and then I have some Lori Holt fabric. I don't know if you can see there, but it's cute little tractors. Love that. And I just took some other little finishes I got in at Hobby Lobby and put it together for a nice simple finish. This frame that I'm hanging it off of actually came from Joann's, and it was in their clearance last year. So sometimes I just pick things up in clearance and keep them for the future. And I really like the way this turned out, and I'm excited to put it in my home for the holiday, for the fall season. The other one I finished was my Madame Chantilly piece, so the gingerbread piece, and I am loving this. Let me back up so you can see the whole thing. I gotta get my angles better. I'll learn. So again, I just put it on sticky board, and because it was kind of big, I didn't put any other fabrics, but I had picked up this fencing last year at Hobby Lobby, and I just tied some little berries around there, made a bow, and put a pick up there, and I am loving this. This was a frame. It's called the Stained Wood Sign with Frame from the wood pile section at Hobby Lobby. So basically the unfinished area. So there's no other wording or anything on there, but I am loving that one as well. And I'm excited because I love gingerbread. So those are my two fully finished objects. I did finish my Autumn Lane from Little Stitch Girl, but I don't have anything big enough to put it on at my home right now. So I either A, have to go shopping, which I'm trying not to do, or I'm thinking I could make it into a really elongated pillow that would look really pretty to just sit somewhere. I'm a little hesitant because I've never made a pillow with cross stitch. I've done a lot of sewing. I love to quilt. I'm an amateur at it all, but I enjoy doing it, and I can follow videos and things. So if anybody has tips or some good tutorials or anything on making pillows with cross stitch, please let me know. Leave a comment below, because I would absolutely love to do that, and that's next to check off of my goal list, because I did meet another goal. Wait till you see. Okay, so next I'm going to share with you some of my whips. So I have a billion whips, but these are just the things I have actually touched since the last time I made a video. So the first one is Lizzie Kate ABC Lessons. And this one is really special to me because, gosh, about a year ago, I don't know if it was a full year ago, but I was in Vegas and I went to StitchersParadise, which I absolutely love. And I asked if they had any Lizzie Kate patterns. So they got them out for me, and I was going through them, and I fell in love with this one. It just exudes everything I believe in. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stitch that for me. I love to make gifts for other people. And I'm like, nope, this is going to be just for me. So not only did it come with the pattern, it came with all the called for threads. And for an extra, I was able to get all of the buttons in it from Just Another Button Company. So I like the full kit and caboodle. So I paired it up with some 16 count Cafe Mocha Ada. And this is where I am right now. And I love it. It's a quick stitch because it's letters, and I love typography. I love letters, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm working on this one, and it just makes me smile. I will put all of the beads in at the end. And what's funny with me is I either use a Q-snap or I stitch in hand. I do a combination of both, but for this one I'm using the Q-snap, and I have recently discovered needle minders. So I've of course seen needle minders forever, but I just started using them not too long ago. I placed a little order with Flamingo Toes, and I'm like, where have I been all my life not using needle minders? I love them, just not even just for needles, but for scissors or different things when I'm working. It's amazing what can happen. So that's one of my whips. The other one is a new pattern I shared last time. Hello, my pretties, from our friends, the Stitching with the Housewives crew. And this one is super fun. And I am doing this one in hand. And I'm doing it on 14 count chalkboard by Wile. And this is where I am so far. I started on this corner here with the kitty cat and went up and then went over here. And now I'm working on my jar. And I read somewhere or heard, I don't know, somewhere I heard that Priscilla and Chelsea said that to do the X's one at a time going vertically instead of horizontally with glass, with the jar, so you get the best effect. So I'm working on that. So we'll see how I get with that. I'm enjoying it. I haven't done a lot of Halloween stitches. I've done more fall stitches. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying that one. Well then, you know, Needlework Expo happened since the last time we've been together. And I placed an order with Annabella's. I haven't gotten it yet, which is fine because Lord knows I've got plenty of things to keep me busy. So I'm waiting for that to come in. But I was kind of just, you know, looking around the internet and looking at things. And I'm like, you know, I really want to get the Cross Stitch Ornament Magazine. So I went on 123 Stitch and I was ordering it. And I was like, oh, I just can't order just a magazine. And in my head I'm going, but I just placed a big order I'm waiting for from Needlework Expo. But you can't just order a magazine. So I had been looking at Lizzie Kate's strings for quite a long time, and I've been looking for something that's a little smaller to finish because I tend to get myself into big projects and then it takes me a while to get them done. So I think it was Love and Stitches who had talked about Buzzy string. So I went on and I saw that they had Mary string. And I'm like, I really like it. So this is Mary string. And it, you know, it was just a little bit. It was a little chunk of change. You know, it was less costly than the magazine. So I'm like, you know what, I'll just throw it in there. So I decided to get it. And one thing I love about 123 Stitch is when you go to order, they'll pop up with all of the floss colors if you want to get them. And they'll pop up the material that they suggest. So the material they were suggesting was a linen. And I'm like, I've been hemming and hawing for quite a long time about trying to work on linen, and I haven't taken the plunge. So I said, you know what? This is a small one. I'm going to try it out. So I got some 28 count light mocha cashel linen, and I started yesterday, and this is where I'm at. I am loving this. Look at how cute it is. It's so dainty. Before I embarked on this, though, I did look at a tutorial that the Steel City Stitchers had done with Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And I love how Erin talked about, you know, make the 9 dots and how you connect to do the 2 over 2. It made perfect sense to me. So that is kind of how I'm counting and thinking, and now I'm able to look and see where I am to make sure I'm in the right row, because there have been a couple times it would have been way easy to be off. But I'm absolutely loving it. It's stitching up quickly and it's a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying it, and I'm thinking linen is going to be a new thing for me. That's going to be a continuing thing. And look at all this material I'm going to have left. So you know what that means, right? I'm going to be ordering some more strings. I've already been looking at them. I think I'm going to get the Thankful string and the Buzzy string next, I think. Because I think I can easily fit 3 more onto this piece of fabric. So that's going to be my limit. So I'll let you know what happens there. I didn't want to order more thread, though, because I'm in a couple thread clubs. I have a lot of leftover thread from past projects. So I said, you know what? These are pretty common colors or color tones, so let me use what I have. So I did have a couple of the called for colors, and then I did a floss toss with the rest to see what I would use. So the colors that I had that were called for were Weeks Dye Works Louisiana Hot Sauce, Meadow, which looks kind of like this. It's a real pretty variegated one, and Emerald, I think. Yep, Emerald, which is this one here. I did not have any of the other called for colors, so instead I substituted. So I'm going to share with you my substitutions. Instead of Holly, I used Weeks Dye Works Envy. Instead of Hazelnut, I'm going to use Weeks Dye Works Chestnut. Instead of Weeks Dye Works Peony, I'm using Weeks Dye Works Emma's MS Pink, it's called. And it's just so, it's actually a little brighter on camera than it is in real life here, but I love the variegation in that pink. Instead of crimson, I'm using Lancaster Red. Instead of whitewash, I am using the Gentle Arts Chalk. Instead of Island Breeze, I'm using Color and Cotton Isla. And instead of Hunter, I'm using DMC 505. And again, I just kind of went with it all and then threw it all on here to do a floss toss and said, it works. And so I'm excited because it is working. And it's always fun to use what you have when you can. So that is something I'm doing there, which leads me to how I store my floss. So I thought I would share for a minute about how I store my DMC. I store it, I just bobbinate it once I use it. And sometimes if I'm in a real rush, it just goes in the bag the way it is, and it is what it is. I try to keep my things organized enough, but you know, life is life. But I do keep my over-dyed flosses like this. And what this is, it's very tall. It is they're called Snap Wear, and you can get them at Joann's, and you can also order them online, and they come like this. They come in a 4-pack, so you get 3 of the kind of 1.5-inch sizes, and then you get a smaller one and a cover. So what I've done is I've taken several of them. When they're on sale at Joann's is when I go, and I'll hunt them down at several Joann's if I need to, when they do storage 50% off. And they snap onto each other though. So I've just created one huge bucket of snaps, and I have everything from white, and then I go into my colors of the rainbow all the way down. And I've been growing my collection for, I guess, about a year now. I started off being part of the Weeks Dye Works Floss Frenzy from Fat Quarter Shop, which I love, and I'm still part of that. And then about, I want to say about 4 months ago, I was lucky enough to get into the Color and Cotton Floss monthly club. So I'm in the 10 skein club, and I love it, and they have a lot of variegation. So Kimberly always does it based on a color. So I just got my August in, and August was yellow, and these sunshine yellows are just gorgeous. Like, I'm not going to take them all apart, but just look at the different colors in there. And here they are. There's honeysuckle and fawn and amber, gold, curry, and whiskey, and they're just beautiful. She does a color wave, whereas Color and Cotton has, I think they have brights and primitives, maybe, you know, I don't know, or neutral and brights. So you get 2 bags with 5 in each, and they're different colors. And I like that variation too, because this one's building a particular color every month, but in the other one I might have a pink and an orange and a blue and a green and a neutral. So it's kind of nice. I want to get into the Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month Club, but I'm on a wait list. And now that I'm enjoying linen a little bit, I don't know if I'm going to go for the Aida or the linen. I think I'm on the wait list for Aida, so I might have to join the wait list for linen also. So I don't know. We'll see. Some other things that I have gotten in over the past week. As I said, I'm still waiting for my big order from Needlework Expo, and that's okay because I have a lot to work on. So that's kind of my ambition, to, even when I'm tired at night, to just pick up and stitch, because it does relax me. So I'm working on that. I am part of the Snapshot Club of the Month, and you don't hear a lot about it, but it's with Pine Mountains Design, Sandra Workman's work, and there's monthly. This is September, and they're the snapshots. And Kimberly Jolly has had them up, and she runs this through Fat Quarter Shop. So every month I get the pattern, I get the 10 count. It's a real chunky one. It's 10 count Lori Holt, and all the DMC. And the DMC is different than the original pattern. It's a Kim Jolly conversion. And I'm enjoying collecting these right now. I've started January, and in fact, I'm almost done with January, but I work on it a little bit, and then my mind goes to other finishes. So I'll get there. And I love them. I just haven't been dedicated enough to continue working on them. So I'll get there. Right now they're in a beautiful pile, and I will get there. I also got in, I've been looking around for the wooden beads for the tiered trays and for other places to decorate at home, and I haven't found them. So I did order some from Fat Quarter Shop, and I'm really liking them, and can't wait to add them into my fall tiered tray and things. So I got the neutral ones, and I just love they're a nice weight and a nice size. I love the way that the beads change size. They go from smaller to bigger on the neutral one, and then on the Christmas one, they look to be all the same size. But again, it's a really nice bead. They have a Halloween one too, but I did not get that one. I just went with these two for now. So I got those, and then I shared with you already that I got myself into trouble buying a string and buying some linen because I wanted the Christmas ornament issue. So I got it, and I love it. Look at all these fabulous designs. Look at them. I am in love with this deer. I want to make it for an ornament. It says North Pole Supply 2021. I also think it would be precious on a tea towel or on a hand towel in a bathroom. And I also am loving this one over here that also has some deer, and it says grace and peace. But there's just so many wonderful ornaments in here, so I'm excited for that, and maybe I'll even stitch them into pillows. So that was exciting to get with that order. And then here in Arizona, we have a series of stores that you can bring used books to, used craft supplies to, or things you want to get rid of. And, you can buy them for a little bit of a bargain. And they actually have a magazine section. And a lot of times I find cooking magazines. I will find quilting or scrapbooking magazines. I've never seen cross-stitch magazines. Well, I hit the jackpot when I was there last week because I got the Halloween issue this year's at half price. I'm so excited. And, it's in perfect condition. So there were a couple things in here I know I want to stitch. One is these pumpkins here. They're just gorgeous. And then Hocus Pocus Coffee Focus I thought was spectacular. And there was another one that I liked as well. And I have this perfect piece of Aida from Fabric Flare that has all cobwebs on it. So I'm going to find some good ones to do in here. So I'm excited about that. So those were exciting treasures. So that is it for haul. I did get some sticky board, but you've all seen sticky boards. You don't need to see my sticky board. So then I was like, all right, I have a lot of whips I'm working on, but I also have like a full drawer of fall patterns to work on. So I'm like, what else am I going to do here? Well, the other day, Kathy from Hands On Design put an Instagram up reminding me of her cute Let's Talk Autumn. And I'm like, I have that. I bought it as a kit from Fat Quarter Shop last year, and I have not started it. So I'm like, I need to dig it out. So I dug it out, and you guys, first of all, I need to get the other ones as full patterns because you get your floss, you get your fabric, and then you don't have to think about it. But what I also loved, and I just realized, is look at this. They give you a way to cut your Aida cloth so that you have enough for each of the 3 projects, which to me is like spectacular. And I really want to learn how to make a cross-stitch pillow because I have that autumn lane I need to finish from Little Stitch Girl. And so I think what I might do is stitch this one up down here and make the pillow so I can practice it. So if anybody has some tips or tricks on how to create or make pillows, please leave a comment. Hook me up with a good video because that is going to be one of my next goals. Maybe for the next time we have a video. I don't know. I'll try. A couple other starts that I want to have are Quaker Pumpkin, Liz Matthews. I have a new Liz Matthews Halloween one coming, and I'm like, I still haven't done this one. And I've had this one kitted since last September. So last September, I went to Vegas, and I went to StitchersParadise for the first trip of many. If you're ever in Vegas, oh my gosh, you have got to go to StitchersParadise. It's the most amazing store, and I think I've mentioned it already in here today. And the owner, they're just such kind people, and they're so patient with your questions and they're just wonderful. I can't say enough good about them. But while I was there, I picked up Quaker Pumpkin, and they helped me pick out this beautiful 16 count fawn Aida. Like, look at how gorgeous the variegation is in this. I just think it's spectacular. So I have that. I have, look at this, all my floss is ready. So I need to start it. So I'm thinking this might be an October 1st start. That way I can maybe work on my pillow before that and get done a couple of the other ones I'm working on. So that's going to be my goal there, is to have an October start with this. And then the other pattern that I fell in love with that I have kitted up is Rest a While by Plum Street Samplers. I just love, maybe I miss fall because I'm in the Phoenix area, so my fall is still 112. I don't know. We have a heat advisory in effect. It's 112 out today, so it's not feeling like fall. So we got to create a little fall. And I think I just love the pumpkin. I love the acorns in here. It just reminds me of the East Coast so much. So I'm enjoying looking at this one, and I really want to start it. I'm just looking at the size. They did it on linen. I believe I picked up an Ada for this already. And it's 106, stitch count is 165 wide by 119 high. So it's kind of big. Not huge, but kind of big. So I don't know. I'm thinking I might start that one this fall too. Maybe that will be my November start. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that is what I have for today. I appreciate you sticking with me. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you are staying safe and you're having lots of happy moments and relaxing and unwinding with stitching. I don't know about you, but that's what stitching does for me. It brings me to a happy spot and lets me just breathe and just be in control of a little piece of Ada for a while, or linen. I hope you have a fantastic couple of weeks, and I will see you soon.